Hello, 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 everybody. Greetings, fellow adventurers of Vera. Welcome to Tavern Talk at the Golden Feather Tavern. We are Vertec and Chibi, keepers of this fine establishment. The Golden Feather Tavern is open to all travelers to come and share their thoughts on the inner workings of Vera over a nice tankard of ale, mead, hot chocolate, or any other delicious beverage of choice, like pumpkin chai. Oh.
Or apple cider chai. I made both.
So yes, raise your glass and pull up a chair as we delve into tonight's discussions. Today is the 11th of November, 2025. We are on Gathering Kegger episode, whatever you want to call it. We're on number 60 of Tavern Talk, and we're going over some Pre-Harbingers update chat. I think,
yeah.
I think I kind of answered the question I normally steer over to you. What do we have on tap? Because that's pretty much it. We're just chatting about that stuff, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And also kind of giving you guys a heads up of what to expect from TGF for the next couple of weeks. But yes, in the meantime, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. I know there are a couple of Veterans Guild in the MMO community. So huzzah, happy Veterans Day, and thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you for your service indeed.
And also welcome in, Bruja. Glad you made it. So yeah, basically, against all odds that Vertec and I kept trying to fix, we went and we were trying to do the community stream last week, which we were supposed to do today, but we did it last week because we knew that they delayed the official live stream for October. And then they went and delayed it again. So now we don't have anything to talk about except for speculation of what we will be able to talk about.
Yeah. You know, it is what it is, I suppose.
Yeah, this is really like, I think I asked the unofficial content creator summit earlier this year, what's the hardest part about covering a game that's under development? This right here is the hardest part. This right here. I love to try my best to plan out when we're going to be talking about things. We were supposed to have Nice on last week, and because Intrepid delayed everything, we swapped weeks and it went bad. I forgot to let Nice know, but we tried to invite him in. I think he was using that moment to dip out though. But yeah, thank you. The Love Hashira from Demon Slayer. Yeah, actually she's one of my favorites. But yeah, this we went to EDC this last weekend, and it randomly got really cold. So now we're having some tea because I was like, I'm cold, I want tea, and he goes, ooh, I want tea too. So we're sipping on some tea while we chat about Ashes. But the bigger thing is we want to hear what you guys have to say. What are your thoughts? Are you excited about the upcoming adjustments? What do you think about them taking down the live servers to test PTR? And I have our thoughts, or at least mine. We have our thoughts is what I was going to say. We'd love to hear whatever it is that you have. As always, a little spiel. If you're into this type of thing, this is our open invitation to the community. If you like chit-chatting about Ashes of Creation and you want to be able to come in, share your thoughts, and if you got a dip, that's cool. This is the Tavern. This is Tavern Talk. Y'all are welcome, especially if you've been on our show before. Just join us in the live stream queue so we know to pull you down. Currently, we have an Oracle there, and I'll be bringing him down in just a second. But yeah, what we do is we like to chat with you guys in the community, do a weekly base touching base, however you say it, touching of bases.
The bases be touched.
To see how you're exactly. Hey, Mr. Navastic, welcome in. To see how you're feeling about the topics, base, like touching base with you, seeing how you're feeling about the adjustments and things like that.
We try not to pick our noses on stream, okay?
Huzzah for 8 months. Huzzah!
8 months.
Thank you, noob.
Cheers.
But yes, it is getting really cold out. So keep yourself warm, keep yourself cozy. With that, let's get into Tavern Talk. I'm going to go ahead and bring Oracle down.
All right.
Hello, Oracle. Oh, Oracle's muted.
He is muted. That's
hello.
Fine. Oh, hello there.
Yeah. I needed time to mute the stream so I don't hear my choice.
No worries.
Oh my goodness! But it
It snowed
gives such
today where I'm at too. No.
a wonderful sense of dysphoria when you hear yourself blasting into your own ears out of nowhere on a delay.
yeah.
I have to say, listening to season 2 of Fablecraft, that was the hardest part for me to watch, like listen to
Hear
my
yourself.
own voice.
Yeah. It was hard for us too when we first started listening back to our videos when we're editing. So I'm like, I don't think anybody really likes their own voice because it doesn't sound like the way it does in here. So
Yeah, it's one of those things we just had to. We ended up getting used to it eventually.
yeah, and it takes time. But yeah, Bruja says it snowed today where I'm at too damn early, but it is pretty. Yeah, I like looking at snow. I don't like being in the snow. That's why we moved south.
True.
But
very, very true.
that was a really weird rubber band. It went down to what, like 50s, like mid 50s, low 60s today.
It's supposed to be right back
tomorrow
up to
is
like
going
80s.
right back up to 80. So
It's crazy.
yeah, a little bit of a whiplash with the weather down here, heading to Arizona in a year or so. Yeah, right. You feel that. All right. So first off, they brought down the servers. They announced this yesterday for Shoal and Lotharia while they test. What are your thoughts on this? My thoughts are, I think they're trying to help focus as many people onto PTR as possible.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's a very big update. Like, I'm thinking we're getting more than what they're letting on in this upcoming update. That they need to have 8 days, if not more. Hopefully, it's not more. But
yeah, fingers crossed.
Just for 8 days alone, it must be a big update.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
I could feel that.
Yeah, I think it's maybe it may not need to be a big update so much as I think they want to make sure that it lands correctly and as well as possible. So they want this extra time of everybody who's going to be tinkering around with any testing. They're going to be testing the stuff that's about to get dropped.
Yeah.
That being said, a lot of people are opting out from even getting into the PTR. So I'm not entirely sure of the numbers of people actually getting in, but also it must be pretty big. At least yesterday, I had to wait in queue for like 20 minutes.
Oh my gosh, you had to wait in queue to get in? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Gotta hope. Hair looks great. Thank you, Vale. Yeah, this is not exactly the color. I think it was more like this pink color down here-ish was what I was gonna dye my bangs. This is not my hair. This is braiding hair. I was saying earlier we went to EDC. I got my hair done and I was trying to hold on to it until we did at least this stream. And I was busy cooking in the kitchen last night, so I popped in a couple of times. I was like, hi guys.
Yeah.
But the other thing I was gonna say is we've chatted about this previously ahead of phase 3, right? And there was some of the larger things that are coming. I mean, obviously Vertec, you mentioned they've adjusted how the crafting is done. I'm not sure if that was adjusted on live servers to match because I haven't been able to be on live until after they took it down yesterday. But there's a lot of things changing and a lot of things being tweaked. There's recipe tracking now. There's war tracking happening, things like that. And
the recipe tracking thing was really cool, by the way.
Yeah. What was it like? Since you can't show them, you can talk about it.
Yeah, it was go ahead.
The recipe tracking, just to be clear, is tracking the mats you need for the recipe. You're not tracking where it is.
Right.
I had that bit of a confusion until I dig deeper into it this morning.
Gotcha.
That's one thing. Like, it goes into your crust bar. So your all in open world tracks everything for you, like how much you have.
So it was Yeah, it was really cool how they did it too, because you know how when you opened up your recipe list for your crafting and processing, it would pop up on the left. You choose, you know, which artisan skill you want, and then to the right of that was the, you know, the list of recipes, and it would say, like, for cooking, for instance, it would have like meats and dishes and ingredients and such like that. It was broken up by category of what I was making. They changed it now, so it's listing by novice, and then apprentice, journeyman, and it groups it in that manner instead. But once you click on that, over to the right, it actually displays all the ingredients that you need. And at the bottom, you can check off a box that says track, and then you can tell it how many of them you want it to track.
Nice.
So you could track making, say, 200 bolts of some kind of special cloth that requires multiple ingredients, and it will track 200 of them, so all the base ingredients that you need for those.
And it does it update as you gain the item, like as you harvest?
Yep. It has had a little live count, so it would say, like, if you need 1 of something, and 2 of something else, and 3 of another, it would say you literally need 1, 2, and 3. But if you double that, it'll say 2, 4, and 6.
Now, here's the next question. How does it handle the rarity? Because we did have this conversation a while back, and I don't want to say that it's because we had the whole like clip of us talking about this and the whole conversation about being able to track recipes and being a really cool thing. I don't want to say that that's the reason why they did it, but maybe there's a big enough demand within the community. But the big thing we talked about at that time, you can look it up on our YouTube channel about like the artisan stuff, is what happens if you're looking for a specific rarity.
You know, I don't think it did track rarity. I think it just tracked if you have the items at all.
Okay.
But that being said, I'm just saying I don't think, because I didn't look into it that deeply. I was kind of doing a big cursory glance over everything as much as possible.
That's fair. I'm just assuming somebody out there is going to have that question. So if you're a replay crew and you're listening, I gotcha. Or feel free to ask your own questions too. We'll dig around. We'll see what we can get answered. Things like that.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm you know, I got it updated already. I could just pop on and start looking at this stuff while we're talking.
You could.
We must be one of the same mind, because I had the same idea.
Some other adjustments, because I can talk to you about what's going on in the news, but I can't really share what's going on in the news for PTR. Basically, they've been doing a lot of level 1 to 9 enemies and drops surveys, looking for feedback on the experience of leveling from 1 to 9, things like that for adventuring and for artisan. There's even a level 1 to 9 crafting feedback thread, things like that. One thing I would like to note is if you like raids, if you like wars and sieges, they're testing all of that tomorrow. So here's the list. Tomorrow at 12 p.m., the PTR is coming down for 1 hour, 12 p.m. Eastern time. If you have access to Alpha 2, you have access to the PTR channels. If you don't have access to the PTR channels, but you do have access to the Alpha 2, make sure you reach out to a mod and make sure that they give you the correct perms for that. But everyone who has access to the Alpha 2 testing should have access to PTR as well. So it'll come down for a small update, about a 1 hour downtime. Then at 5 p.m. Eastern, War and Siege testing will occur, and it may take up to 4 hours. Then about 9 p.m. Eastern, there's raid encounter testing. And this is kind of fun because I only know one of these, which is Firebrand, the Devouring Flame. But they have 3 additional people. I don't know how to say these. I don't know if they've put out how you're supposed to say these, but we've got Zyrith, the Whispering Paul, Clued, the Oracle, and Ishara, the Siren Below. And those are additional raids that they're going to be testing. So that's also going to be possibly taking up to 4 hours if everything goes well.
So much testing, so much
testing.
I love it. I mean, that actually kind of speaks towards the idea that there's going to be a lot more than what was theorized. Unless, of course, maybe those are some of the Harbinger names.
True. Could be a Harbinger. What do you guys think? Are these possibly Harbinger bosses? Are they new bosses that are potentially existing in other areas. Like the one from below, I'm curious, is that like starting to test a Tolnar boss, maybe?
It's a mole boss.
Is Ishara potentially, do you remember Vertec back when we had Alpha 1 and we fell through the world and we ended up in that dungeon with a giant spider?
Oh, yeah.
And that was
yeah, way back in like Alpha 1 days.
Ishara?
Holy
Is
cow.
Ishara the spider?
You know, I forget. I think it was just called like Broodmother or something like that.
Oh, true. Never mind. I could be
If
wrong.
if I had to guess based on the title they gave her, it might be a mermaid.
Hey, Fupo. Ooh, a mermaid. Oh, the siren from below. Fair. Could be a mermaid. Could be one of the other raid bosses from the open seas.
I still like to imagine that it's going to be a mole. It's going to be a mole digging up from underground.
That's hilarious.
That's completely
Hello,
incorrect,
Fupo.
I'm sure, but that's what I like to imagine.
Fupo's all excited about the Mag Squee about the new bosses. I'm excited too. I'm curious to see how they go. Very curious. I don't know if there's still room to sign up. By the way, the war and sieges and then the raids all have sign up. So if you can still sign up, I suggest you go do it. That obviously really only helps for the people that are watching us live. I'm sorry for those on replay crew who did not know. But I will do my best to kind of grab updates from PTR and other things and make a highlight list of the big things for you. One other thing, kind of off topic, but we were going to have our summit on the 29th. We might be moving that back to the 6th if we can get enough people on board with pushing it back. So just a heads up for that. We want to, for one, if they don't move, because they've pushed back the live stream twice now, if they don't move back the November 18th start time for this Harbingers event, then that will give everybody an extra week to test out the crafting and the artisan stuff and feel the changes, etc., and maybe give them a little extra time to get information. If they do move it back for whatever reason while we're gone, because we're going to be not streaming until around the 29th and 30th, but we will be taking time to focus on whatever updates that they're putting out while we're gone. So we usually keep an eye on Ash's stuff while we're away. But if that it does end up being the case, then at least we made sure they still have adequate time to test stuff out before doing a summit on it. So fingers crossed. Mermaid
football.
pirate yar.
That's what I'm interested in checking out. A bard tank and tank.
I'm excited for the secondaries, but I don't think we have it this year.
Yeah, I think because I know they said they wanted to get all of the archetypes in there first, so they probably want to wait until they definitely have summoner stable is what I'm thinking.
Well,
Yeah.
not only summoner is stable, but I'm thinking like a rebalance of all the classes based off of all of them being out. We already started
Yeah,
that. I mean,
that's true,
Noob,
too.
I think you're the one that shared. They've already started doing that with the cleric. I guess they nerfed cleric a little bit.
Womp womp. But yeah, that's fair because they said they were doing a pass through everybody again, so that's possible they may even wait until after that.
Yeah, class reworks first. Yeah, exactly. So if they even give a summoner, I don't even see a fully finished class rework until beginning of next year, just because they first need all of the information from summoner coming out to then also be able to adjust everything else from there, like making sure all the bugs for summoner are squashed for the most part, etc. So I think I don't have like an idea on when it is, but I definitely see probably at the earliest, maybe mid-January, February for class reworks at the earliest. Not just tuning, but like, yeah, the whole tree redesign, exactly. That's why I'm like, it's not going to be a quick turnaround for that. Bring a raid, if you want to go to Harbinger tunnels, though. Oh, sneak peeks. We getting leaks from a Fupo? Is that a Fupo leak?
Ruh-roh.
Bring your raid if you
Ruh-roh.
want to go in Harbinger tunnels. It's on PTR. Oh, okay. PTR leak. But I didn't. What level is the Harbinger stuff?
I don't
Also,
know. That's a good question.
going in Harbinger tunnels makes me think of like Vecna and like Stranger Things. Honestly, the whole Harbinger thing's giving me Stranger Things vibes. I'm just saying.
That's funny.
It's a trap.
Yeah. Just curious how those look. The tunnels, though.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
25 3-stars and hit hard AF 7 to 10k hits.
Ooh. That sounds glorious.
Sounds like pain. That sounds like I need healing. Oops. I don't know if you heard that. Sorry. My tea thingy fell. But yeah. You actually had a patch note highlight on stat refactoring and some character updates.
Yeah, did you see what they were talking about with that?
I'm reading through it right now, to be honest.
Yeah, apparently, and I say apparently because I just hopped on and I did a run through with the summoner, and I think I got to level 5. That's about it. So I didn't go terribly far, but apparently there's going to be an increase in hit points and mana, which is also then causing refactoring of the cost of skills.
Okay.
But it's especially on the high end. I think it said something like up to 20% boost in the high end or something.
Increased scaling of all stats by about 20% at the top end. Yeah. Increased base mana cost scaling of character abilities.
Yeah.
Removed base HP and base mana curves from characters and NPCs.
It's interesting stuff there. So I think the time to kill thing is going to be extending out a little bit more.
Apparently the guard ability was blocking attacks from not the front. But it says only blocks attacks from the front. Like, meaning from all over if you were guarding. But I heard you guys talking about the dodge having more increased costs based on the dodge and sprints and stuff like that.
I think
when you get into the tree.
Yeah, I think I see what you're saying there. Yeah. When you're going into the stamina skill points, yeah, the bottom 2 parts of the tree, where there's like groups of 3 skills that you can choose from, those cost 2 skill points each now.
Is that the same for the dodging or just the stamina?
Well, they're all like stamina related. Like there's the blocking, which uses stamina. There's sprinting, and then there's dodging.
Yeah.
So all 3 of those have 2 skill points because there's each line has 7 selections you can make from the 3, and then 1 at the very tip top. The 1 line at the very tip top takes 3 skill points to select now. And the 6 below it all take 2 points each.
Okay.
So I slowed down how quickly you can select those for sure.
Okay. I did see that they reduced the requirement for settlement XP for it to be leveled, as well as adding new settlement cloaks.
Okay,
Ooh, and the harpoon launcher was added to boats as a new attachable component. Nice.
See, it doesn't look like the recipe thing tracks anything to do with rarity. It's just showing there's no selection for it at all.
Gotcha. Maybe that'll be a future iteration. This is just, taking one excitement for the next.
Yeah.
I'm actually testing that out, seeing what happens if I get another rarity, if it's going to track that, or if it's only going to track the common.
Also, tailors can make sails for boats as well. And character leveling definitely feels slower. Yeah, that is pretty cool for sailors. I'm excited to see it start to intermingle a little bit more. Where, I mean, a girl can keep hoping in Oracle. I know you know what I'm about to say, but I hope maybe eventually, as an alchemist, I can make somebody some poisons. Just let me make a little bit of poisons.
Yes, yes.
Well, technically you do. Unfortunately, it's just for the cook.
Yeah, I mean, that's the poison side. I think if anything, I'm removing the poison from it. So it's edible. Recipe drops for alchemy now. Oh, thank God. And I'm saying that with all of my heart. It's been a year. Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank Bob.
Yeah, and also that's another thing that they're testing. I believe I heard you guys talking, because again, I was in the kitchen, so I was kind of catching some of it over like the sound of cooking. But I believe you mentioned there's like a merchant to purchase like level ups and things like that. So journeyman crafting is something else that they're testing. So yeah, finally more things. I want to be able to make more on armor smithing. Yes.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of just testing the 1 to 9 progression, and honestly, it feels like it's kind of the same as before. I don't think it really slowed down. At least, again, in the early levels, it doesn't feel that way. Because I made it out to, with basically doing the same quest we always do. I think the only one I did, in addition to like the typical, is I did the rock sacks at the top of the wall. And I got out to second sword outpost at level 5.
Wow. Which is normal-ish. That's about on par with what we'd been doing.
Like, if anything, it's a bit ahead, and I would blame that a bit ahead on that extra quest.
Yeah. Kino, I think that's how you say your name. The jury is still out on that. There's a lot of speculation on if there is going to be a wipe or not. Cool. There's a lot of people that are on the boat of, if there's a lot of good fixes coming in with this update, they'd be fine with a wipe. If there's a lot of issues at the core that aren't fixed, they'd rather just keep being on the same one. Because if they open it's the same that happened already. If they open a fresh start, people are just gonna move over to the fresh start. It may as well have been a wipe at that point. And that's kind of where the community sentiment is, though we've not heard anything official from Intrepid on if there's gonna be a wipe. Phil else really went into this well with this video tonight. Nice. They either slowed it down or lowered some XP rewards. I'm usually 5 by the time I do what I've done, and I'm only at 3.
What have
it also
you
depends
done?
On like Magus is pretty heavily not intended to be a wipe or fresh at all. Yeah. I mean, that's what I've heard about a month or so ago, but Intrepid's been keeping their head down. I'm gonna tell you that. I've not heard much from Intrepid at all. To the point, I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a joke about Steven being okay because he hasn't been on Discord. Is Steven okay? It's been pretty quiet. I'm like, that's how you know Intrepid's focused. I'm just saying.
Yep.
If you don't hear anything from them, they have their heads down pretty darn heavily. So she said the same things before every wipe. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of am here until it's official, whether there's gonna be one or not. I don't really think about it too much.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of just rolling with it, with the speculation of is it happening or not, and just kind of. Yeah, sure. I'll wonder about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give you my thoughts if you ask, but I'm not going to be necessarily hoping for one yet. Who knows? Maybe once I get on PTR a little bit more heavily and look at some of the things that I think need to be adjusted, that might change, especially with it sounding like they're adjusting the settlement XP. Like some of the main things that I'm looking for, because somebody's already asked me this before. I want the settlement XP to work in the first place, the vassal ships to not break the other settlements.
Yep. Definitely that.
And I would like to ensure that if an area is supposed to be lawless rotating, but there's not any of those mobs outside of that, because I feel like that's a little bit of an exploit, being able to kill those without having the corruption, or not the corruption, sorry, the flagging system on you.
Yeah, because it was extending well outside of the roving corruption zones.
Yeah, and in addition to that, I don't want there to be
lawless.
Yeah. I messed you up when I said corruption. Yeah. But in addition to that, I don't want to see a fresh start if they haven't dialed in on all of the items that drop for armor. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, the armor. Because for a minute there, right after phase 3, there was a lot of those rollbacks because armor was dropping that wasn't supposed to be, or wasn't tuned properly, etc.
Yeah.
And that caused a whole lot of drama. So...
But yeah, like Red Pill saying, yeah, I'm fine with the wipe if there's value in it. Putting a separate fresh start server would be silly. And then Camp K says, I feel like they need more systems involved before they reset.
Yeah, I agree with both of those takes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely going to be putting out some more systems here soon. That whole Harbinger stuff. My only real wish is going to be that they get some more of the economy stuff straightened away, and they make sure they have a definite dial in on how they want to approach the rarity issue.
And I mean, honestly, there's a lot of testing this week on PTR, which is why I think they did, again, going back to my initial thought process, that they pulled down Shoal and Lotharia to focus test on PTR. Because maybe if we can get enough people in there to test all of these things, it'll be a smoother transition into the next whatever phase we want to call this, or the Harbingers update. And that'll be in a much better place in general, because, I mean, for one, we've got the dynamic gridding on. I don't know if it's fully automated yet. I think I heard somebody say it was last night in your stream.
The one more time, the dynamic gridding.
Yeah.
They said it was on. I didn't notice anything, but I also didn't stray too far from like Lionhold and Avon's End.
That's fair.
So I may have been crossing one server boundary in that area, I think, maybe.
In previous tests, that beginning Lionhold area was one of the more heavily gridded areas because there's so many people that are starting there. So if you don't really notice anything, I think that's a pretty good sign. But I'm going back over here because I noticed an announcement or an update. I'm trying to find where I found it. Basically, they put in a character log where if you get in a bad state from crossing server boundaries, they can just kick you off of that server and put you in a different server, essentially.
Get out of here.
To reset you. If there's no wipe, I'll have a level 20 summoner in 5 hours. If there's a wipe, I'll have to play a rogue and mark it ASAP. Either way, it'll be fun. Do you know when they're going to open up the regular servers? I don't know. My guess would be, for one, welcome in, Sir Junior. My guess for 2 would be whenever on the 18th they launch this. That's my guess.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Is they're gonna keep it down all the way until they do the Harbingers and kick that off, and that'll just be like the turn on switch is welcome to Harbinger stuff. Have a good day. The announcement that they made yesterday at 12:47 Eastern says these realms will remain offline until this round of focus testing on PTR is complete. And then they had a link to an announcement, which I can share with you because this is non-NDA announcement. But here's the full announcement newsletter for the Harbinger update. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to cover it, but as long as they don't push it back again, this week on November 14th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, they will have their live stream. And there were some people in our Discord trying to insinuate maybe what might be coming online, because they keep saying, like, a fine Varan stew, it needs a little more time to cook before we serve it to you. And so I think it was Lev that thought that because they're using that verbiage, perhaps it's Tavern's coming to Alpha 2. And I said,
I thought it was recipes again coming this year, where they're going to release some more recipes for people. Perhaps there'll be another recipe contest like they had in the previous year.
I'd be so down for that.
Yeah, me too. You know, I'd totally making a video into that.
That was for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Like
So
the
I'm
last time you did
hoping-
that.
Yeah. I'm hoping. So here's what the full list of everything being tested on PTR. Per that announcement, just for anybody who's listening. Harbinger event system, summoner, Renkai, sport fishing, mules and mounts, archetype updates and balance passes, artisan improvements, settlements, lawless events, crates, wars and sieges, world bosses, dynamic gridding, bug fixes, including quest, economy, artisanship, UI, and combat improvements, exploit and dupe hunting days with rewards for testers who are first to provide reproducible reports, and more surprises along the way. So, yep. No time announced yet. Just focus on the Harbinger update testing. Yeah, I had a feeling. So, yeah.
So there is something else nifty that they only kind of talked about in passing. But they didn't really mention anything by name or talk about what it's for. Okay. I think they're starting to drop in a few things that might tie into or have something to do with constellations.
Oh, I heard you talking about this last night. Yes, can you elaborate on that? I barely caught what the reference was. It sounded like something to do with your summon.
Yeah, so I rebind all my keys to all sorts of different stuff. So right now, with the tooltips, you can lock them in place with a button, and mine's set to L for lock. Well, L is also, I guess, the default hotkey for destinies. These destinies, it pops up in a window that has a starry background to it. And they look like little constellations with a bunch of little stars and little lines connecting them. And if you click on the stars, like there's nothing on the tooltip for them, but if you click on the stars, there's things like summon a mount and kill 10 enemies and sell glint to a merchant and things like that for like a first steps thing. And then, but there's other ones like initiate adventuring and then novice crafting, novice gathering, and novice processing. It kind of guides you through a little bit of the first steps into that stuff. It's almost like a continuous quest that's not really a given quest.
Interesting.
Yeah, I got it up right now. It's like sell glint to a vendor, loot 5 items, kill 10 enemies, summon a mount, eat a ration, complete 5 quests, talk to a storage clerk, and reach level 5. That's the first step section.
So I have a different thought. Pocket seems to think it's like achievements in WoW. I think this is the predicate system for the first time user experience.
That's kind of how it feels, to be honest. It feels like just like introductory systems, at least so far. Now, the cool thing is, I don't know what this means exactly, but all of those that I just mentioned and that we were talking about there with the first steps, initiate adventuring, novice crafting, novice gathering, novice processing, those are all under a drop-down menu that says adventure, but there's no other drop-down menu yet.
Interesting.
So I'm curious what other categories there could be to it. But yeah, they all look like little constellations. Like the first steps looks like a doorway. Like two doors and like an arched doorway.
Interesting. I like it because I can also see with Pocket saying can be both. I did notice there was like a craft a radiant armor and stuff. I think. I feel like with that case, it makes sense that it would be the first steps for every big achievement, right? So you finish getting to novice and you get an apprentice, and then it starts opening into what you should expect out of apprentice, etc. Excuse me, but
I could absolutely see it building into achievements, though, Pockets, for sure.
Yeah,
I will say that when you complete some of these, they give you experience. Obviously, this is like not even their official first pass because they didn't mention that it was there or talk about it specifically in the notes.
Yeah, but I am excited on that same note what a achievement system is going to look like within Ashes.
Yeah.
Very curious. I like these little sneaky things. Look, guys, don't just take for face value what is given in patch notes and announcement things. There's always secret things to be discovered. Always something secret. Like at one point I found out that you could start hiding your helmet or your hood, and that was never really announced officially to people. Yeah, absolutely, Ornthane. And that's something that Vertec and I really have been feeling, and they've known it too. We've heard them talking about wanting to work on the FTUE, or the first time user experience. I think the why you look younger now, it's because he's making the Greys hide. But basically, I think the first initial foray into the FTUE, first time user experience, is the anvils. And then from that experience and everything, that they were able to adjust perhaps expectations, or what went well, what didn't go well with that, etc. And also, Bruja, I'm sure Vertec doesn't mind the gray. I'm sure he's about to tell you why he...
I was just going to respond to that exactly. Yeah, I would totally embrace the gray if it was legitimately all gray, or if it was a somewhat balanced growing in of gray and spreading of it. But you see, I have this thing where it all looks, when I'm growing in this full beard like this, I look like a Dalmatian because there's a giant patch of like black right here along my jaw. And then it's like all white around it. And then there's like straggly bits of like black, white, gray all around the other side. So it looks just really weird. I look like a Dalmatian and it bothers me.
It was just frustrating him. So yeah.
Once it looks more balanced and normal, then then we'll talk about letting it be. Until then, I'm gonna just I camouflage it so you still see the light color in here.
Yeah. Also, I was gonna get myself another cup of tea. Did you want another cup of tea?
I could totally do another cup of tea.
Okay. Well, before I go make up me and Vertec a cup of tea, Oracle, I've been dying to know, because if anybody is regular here, they know that I've mentioned at least 3 or 4 times by this point that you are a Renkai and a summoner main interest. How are you liking the adjustments? How are you liking testing Renkai? And is Renkai looking and feeling the way that you hoped Renkai would feel?
Yes, I love the scaling look on their skin. It's so nice to be in my chosen race. Like, I couldn't... As soon as Vertec proposed that idea, I had to hop right in. Because I can't get enough of playing this character.
Yeah, I had fun doing a little bit of testing on the character creator with it, and fiddling around with everything and seeing what could break and what wouldn't.
I think that's an understatement. I think you spent close to an hour on character creator yesterday.
I kind of did. Yeah, not gonna lie. It's alright though. Had to give it all a run. But yeah, and the one thing I'm curious about with Summoner, I'm not sure if you noticed as well. I think I talked about it last night for a quick minute, but there's something called summoning sickness. When your summon dies, when your next summon comes out, it has a minute worth of decreased stats and decreased effectiveness. But the weird thing is, if you tell it to go away, like if you dismiss it, you still get the summoning sickness on that thing. So like a purposeful dismissal will still do it, which is, I'm thinking that's gonna be something they change, but I don't know. Until then, I'm gonna put in a bug on it just in case it's a bug. If it's not a bug, I'm sorry, Intrepid, for bothering you with something that's meant to be purposeful. But it feels bad, man.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I might have found a bug with the spell today.
Oh yeah? Which one?
I tried to dismiss my pet when I was on my mount. The toolbar ran away, but my summon didn't. And when I clicked the button again to like the summon button, I had 2 guardians.
Oh. Well, that's fun. You know, back when they did the first summoner, like when it was up for like 3 hours or something, 4 hours, 5 hours, I don't know. I was only able to jump in for an hour, so I forget how long it was actually up for. But that's kind of what I bumped into as well, but I didn't notice that this time myself. I actually tried to summon, you know, a guardian and then the mystic as well, and when I summoned the second one, the first one died. And got summoning sickness, so there's that.
Yeah, if there's anything I'm unsure of, I'm sending in a bug report from now on.
Yeah, absolutely. Just pop in the bug report. Worst case scenario, Intrepid's going to read it and they're going to say, nope, that's normal. Skip. Oh, this is what was causing that? Gotcha. Yeah, Fupo's saying, check if you're on a server boundary. Funny with the focus, it's so tiny in their hands. Okay. Someone who feels like a totem pole crow. Oh lordy. Hey zombie, what's going on? Tossing out yellow cards. Oh my goodness. What are we yellow carding for? Flag on the play. But yeah, I don't know. Bruja, I know you said earlier I play Pot of Greed. Oh no. Oh no. Lordy. I will take one pot of greed, sir, please. And thank you. But yeah, Bruja, you said earlier you didn't really get a chance to hop on the PTR yet. You planning to, or you been kind of just like not really a priority, you'll get to it when you get to it type of thing? Cause I'll tell you what, I'm kind of digging the playing on the summoner. If I'm being honest, it's I'm not sure if it's necessarily going to become like my next favorite class or anything, but I'm still enjoying it. It's more involved than I thought it was going to be, while also being slightly less involved at the same time. It's hard to describe. You could do either way, but I think that it's going to be a very, very, very high skill ceiling archetype for sure. You might tonight? Okay. Well, definitely let me know what you think about it. And find them bugs. Gotta find all the bugs, all of them.
I just finished the Say Fast Sure quest.
Yeah.
And one of the things I got for it was a stuffed Dawnbreaker.
Oh yeah, with the things you picked up. That's what I pick up most of the time, is the stuffed Dawnbreakers.
Yeah, it's the only thing that has its own icon, it seems. The other 5 items I picked up have the same thing.
It's just like you found some junk. We haven't even put an icon in there for that. But yeah, the stuffed Dawnbringer is definitely its own separate thing, which I'm okay with. I'm a fan of the Dawnbringer, the Swolebringer. It's my buddy. Oh yeah, Pockets. Chibi and I were having a blast with that at one point because I'm a tank and she's a cleric, and we went to go PvP each other, and we're both trying to heal ourselves, and instead we're healing the other person, and it was a fight that was never going to end because I'm shielding her, she's healing me, and we just weren't slaying each other at all. And what's a fight against a cleric if the cleric can't heal themselves, you know? That just completely takes out their literal entire kit. But yeah, we're kind of the same thing, Metacrow, with the back burner, or at least I'm the same way, a back burner with the tank until they get the rework done. I kind of fiddle around with the tank once in a while, but I'm not going to go full tilt hard on it again until they do the rework. Just because until the rework happens, I've kind of tested all the things I want to test with that. and running around on my own with the tank just feels bad, so I don't like to do it. But running around with the bard, however, feels amazing, and I love it. So basically gave the guy the win, Pockets. Still only do cleric, even on PTR when someone is out. Man, living that cleric life, no matter what. Yeah, I would do the tank only life, but yeah. After trying the bard, the tank feels very dry, So you want to call your fighter tank the Juggernaut? The Juggernaut Witch. Chasing people down.
Do you remember the level range for Derigo Estates?
Derigo, oh man, it's been forever since I've been there. I didn't really like how that place felt to fight in, so I went there one time and never went back. But I think it was like 8 to 15 or something like that. I don't know. I can't recall it all. Oh, this is just friggin' Mio in water right now. Chibi's bringing up another tea for me. And then when people do the subs and whatnot, I have the potion of fireball as always. I'm stocked with beverages. Actually, if she comes back with a pumpkin spice, I might take a couple sips of that and then maybe toss in some of the potion of fireball to spice it up a little bit extra. We'll see how frisky I feel. Oh, the Ultra Zeros, yeah. We're kind of fiends for those. Chibi, you can see kind of in the corner of her camera over there on the left side underneath the Golden Feather Tavern sign, there's a giant stack of pink Monster Ultras. Thank you.
The bunny impression starts to make a lot more sense.
Say the bunny impression?
Yeah, bunny from First Descendant.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Chibi used to love playing bunny. That was her girl.
Yep. And I can't blame her. That was my favorite hero to play as well.
Yeah, Bunny gets zoomies. She goes, and everything gets zapped. My favorite has always been Luna since she came out. Mainly because of the whole DJ connection. She did the music stuff, and I love music stuff, and I was like, alright, this is match made in heaven. But she was terrible for the longest time.
Yeah.
Barely worth really actually playing, and then they gave her ultimate and her other stuff a big rework, and it felt much greater after that.
I lost my apple cider tea for like a good minute.
You lost it for a minute? Where did it go?
Yeah.
Did Chorus steal
I
it?
put it apparently behind my monitor, but I also unfortunately just used the last of it, so.
Oh no.
But yeah.
So it was almost a tragedy.
That pink right there is all the ultras. It's a birthday gift usually. And it's also for like last moments. And then we have our tavern sign from the cool people over at Lore Forge. I miss them. There's a lot more behind me that you can't see, but it's all my D&D books.
Cash did some wood burning for us. Turned out pretty dang spiffy.
We gotta send them something.
I really miss the Varen chef.
Me too. But yeah, I am really excited to test out the Renkai. I will also probably spend like an hour or so on the character creator because I love making characters so much. So apparently they're trying to like mash out any bugs there, so that's cool.
Yeah. There was only one really noticeable one that I bumped into. And that was just the in the character creator only, like it doesn't appear out in the world after you leave the character creator, but in the character creator, the way they mesh the different skin options and whatnot, there's a like a, I guess you could say a gray box of the character. Like it's just gray. You can tell it's supposed to be a skin layer, but it's just all gray on certain parts, like where some of the connectors are for the body pieces. But there was that, and the top of the head. You can see there's a layer over here, and the tattoo kind of, when I put it up on the side of her head, it tucked underneath part of the scalp. It's kind of interesting. So he's got some layering to adjust on that stuff. Like what level the different layers end up on, and make sure the tattoos end up on top of everything, except the hair.
Hey, seems like it's to a better off to a better start than with the poor Pyre losing their branchlers.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah.
that bug is back.
Oh, the Pyre branchlers disappearing?
Yeah.
Or at least like
No.
showing as like the basic one.
I think it was showing
Depressing
up
time to
as
be
a
a Pyre.
basic. I think it was showing
Thank
up
you.
as a basic one for everyone other
Thank you.
than you. Like it disappeared for you, and showed up as a basic one for everyone else.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right. But what about you guys in chat? What are you most looking forward to with the Harbinger update? Do you like the sound of the Harbinger update? Are you nervous about it? There's a lot more PvP oriented stuff on it. We have touched base on that topic a couple of times of how it feels to have another PvP system. Okay, so the premise of it, from what I understand, is you've got like this big event that pops up, like perhaps like a portal or whatever, the photos that they keep sharing. And the idea is that has corruption with it, and you have to fight or do PvP in the corruption, which is like a lawless zone area, to try and get rid of it. And if you don't get rid of it within a certain time frame, it will extend how long it's going to be there and become much more difficult to get rid of. If you will, the corruption will fester and spread. Now, the thing is, risk versus reward. Do you leave it to fester and get potentially better things from PvP, or do you make it go away through PvE and get rid of the corruption? I'm looking forward to telling the PvP chats to stop crying about no PvP.
Yeah. So it's definitely a choice there, because I still think it's going to be like a three-way war, at least in chat and within guilds and such. People are going to be angry at each other, because it's going to be the PvE people want to go in there and like crush the PvE goal for sure. PvP folks don't want the PvE folks to kill the PvE goal, because then the PvP zone goes away. And the artisan folks that are out there trying to gather, they're not going to want it to go away, because there's special materials there while it's living.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be interesting to see who wants it to stay for how long, and what they're willing to do to either stop it or progress it.
Yeah, but real
Here's-
answer is looking forward to. Go ahead, sorry.
Here's what I'm wondering. Is it going to introduce cursed weapons?
Possibly.
Like we literally have risk and reward within one thing. Because
Yeah.
cursed weapons, usually you get a very big buff, but there's also a very big negative, just like corruption.
Red pill. The reason why is because it's kind of like the rotating lawless zones. You get better, I guess, luck chances or like better drop rates on things. So why would you get rid of the corrupted area if they are able to do better drops for that?
Better drops, better gathering. So if
Potentially higher
PvP folks just want
rarity.
to own the area, just slay everyone to keep them out of there so that they can get all the drops and get all the good gathering stuff done. Then they can get a lot of gain out of that, because to get rid of the corruption area from the slide, or the map, I guess you could say, of the event that they shared, it looks like there's certain specific targets you have to take out in order to progress, or not even progress, to eliminate the corruption zone. So, PvP might be there to keep people away from actually accomplishing those goals and clearing out the corruption zone, just because they want to keep it there so that they can continue to farm and get the increased drop rates. Or just because PvP people just like to hunt other players, and that's just their content. They want to be in there and just be able to open fight anybody and not have to worry about getting corrupted.
Yeah, some other things come up as from chat. Noobtasta says, but the real answer is looking forward to real node leveling and reasonable functional artisanship. Bruja says, gonna have to work as a team, could move as a strike team and watch for the PvE dudes while they do their thing. Noobtasta says eventually the corruption will affect the stuff in town as well. And then It's Dismay, welcome in, says, I suspect the Harbinger event is going to be griefing central. You can quote me on this. And based off of what we've already seen from the rotating lawless areas,
agreed.
Not going to be surprising.
Yeah, not going to be surprising at all.
Also, Triple Killer, welcome in, says, oh boy, can't wait to get my butt whooped over corrupted oak.
All right.
So, yeah, it's going to be one of those things where, like, I'm excited that the PvE can stop the PvP from happening, although I kind of... And I'm sorry if Intrepid's not really a fan of my take on this, but I kind of wish there was a time frame of no PvP for the PvE to happen. And if that fails within a certain time period because it's a really difficult fight, then the PvP occurs. I would like that more.
Yeah, something like that would be kind of cool. But to face
like
the
stage
facts,
1 pure PvE, stage 2 PvX.
yeah. But to face the facts, it definitely feels like it's a PvP forward game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not PvP concentrated, but a very PvP forward game. So PvX.
Pockets has the agreement.
So yeah, like phase 1 to 2 is PvE only if that fit. Yeah. See, exactly. So that would actually give more incentive for the PvE folks to get their butts out there and take care of business. Make it very difficult, by all means. Make it really difficult to do. Like, absolutely, we're gonna have to have, a couple raids of 40 out there fighting this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, by all means, make it a 250 people required to take this thing down. That's cool. I am all about that life, but
yeah.
Give us a chance. Give us a chance before it gets overrun by the PvP folks just out there to, do what they've done with the rotating lawless zones already.
Yeah. Triple says, how about PvE almost be raid boss worthy, but the PvPers won't fight it because if they do, then the land won't go lawless.
Yeah, and see, that's exactly it. Like, all you would get is literally the PvE focused people trying to get in there. The PvP folks would say, no, we're going to let it go. Let it go.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very curious, very, very curious to see how this goes. But to circle back to the lawless zone, rotating lawless zones, there's a reason why. I mean, for a while there are just high level people that were just hanging out in there, ganking all the lobbies, trying to just level, right? And then after a while, when people stopped going there and it wasn't fun for the higher levels anymore, they stopped going there and the lawless zones ended up kind of barren. And my concern with the rotating lawless zones taking over such major POIs that are lower level POIs at that was that exact situation. The fact that it's a free for all, you can go in there, it doesn't matter. Gank lobbies all day.
Well, all they're doing is proving our point that they're not real PvPers, they're just gankers.
Yeah. If it starts PvE, the PvPers can still force it to the PvP state in progress the corruption by killing other players, but it needs to be with the PvP flagging system and corruption system.
So
ooh, I see that.
That brings another topic of conversation up. Like, how do you folks feel about the fact that just leveling the node and building buildings causes corruption to invade the land? Like, legitimately anything, it almost seems like anything that gets a character or a node any kind of progression is going to add corruption. So just progressing is going to bring corruption around, instead of like almost being more in the this is the consequence of your own actions, like negative actions bringing corruption.
Mm-hmm. I like that, where like the more negative stuff you do, the more it like festers, it like builds. And the DM inside of me is like, the corruption notices your dubious deeds and attaches itself, almost festering. And as more of you begin to give into the dubiousness of corruption, it begins to almost call forth and like go forward from there. Yeah, I don't want to bore you guys, but yeah. Creeping equals corruption event. Yeah, there you go. Welcome in, Zeke. That's my DMZ, yeah. It ties into the lore. It's not about us being bad, yeah. What if the more players go corrupt, it affects it too? The more wars and sieges, the more the corruption. Ooh, yes, exactly. Feeding off of that strife, if you will.
Yeah, and see, that's the part where I'm kind of torn on it, because I do like the lore idea that, you know, the ancients start noticing that people have returned, because they just notice stuff is happening in the world, and so they try to return also to take it over again. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it kind of feels like wouldn't people doing something that's akin to corrupt actions causing more corruption to take hold? Feels like it makes sense to me, but again, I'm torn on it. I don't know which way I actually feel about it. Kind of wobble between the two.
Oh my god, dude, I just had the greatest idea based off of like what Triple Killer said. What if corrupted players aren't affected by the corruption in that Harbinger area? Or better yet, take the coin system. If you reach a certain level of corruption threshold, you get morphed and turned into like a mini boss, kind of like the monster coin system. And now you fight for the corruption side. Wahaha.
No. Yeah, that'd be kind of neat. I always thought it'd be neat if
I don't think that's going to happen, but
yeah. I always thought it'd be neat if the corruption actually had an impact on things, like, I don't know, just if the PvE should have its own risk versus reward built in. Like, if you know, if you die to corrupted things in that corruption zone too much, like in the Harbingers events, then you know, you get kind of trapped in them until you can make your way out. Or if you spend too much time in there, so you got to actually get out of that zone to clear off the Harbinger corruption. I mean, it'd be kind of weird, I guess, with it being two different names of corruption for, you know, two different things, but I just thought it'd be nifty. Something like that would be cool.
Yeah. Also, like, the longer you remain within these corrupted zones, the more the corruption starts to like seep into your essence.
Yeah, something like that. Like, spending too much time in there ends up making you corrupted, and if you die, you kind of get stuck rebinding to that ember spring that happens to be in that area, like a twisted ember spring or something.
Yeah. Also, I mean, there are supposed to be, going back to somebody's comment on corrupted oak, there should be corrupted gatherables. And I'm curious to see what kind of, perhaps leaning into what Oracle said, cursed items perhaps you can make with said gatherables. But yeah, I'm pretty excited just to kind of see how everything folds out from like a people watcher standpoint. I don't know if I'll super take part in this initially. I'll just kind of like watch how it all unfolds and see Intrepid's reaction to it. That's my favorite part at the moment, is just seeing Intrepid build all of these things and then deploy it, and then watching how the community takes that item and runs with it, and then watching if Intrepid is okay with that or if there's some adjustment that they need to make with it. And there's always this level of intention from the developers and realistic execution from the player side of how the players actually use said system. So that's my favorite thing to like look through.
See if the events and the occurrences are actually working as intended, or if Intrepid's like, well, actually, let's tweak that a little bit. It's not quite what we were going for.
Yeah. But there's a lot of things that people are at least in our Discord, there's a lot of things people are speculating on what could be part of this big thing. And again, I mentioned earlier with the conversation of stewing and things like that, perhaps taverns, perhaps the freeholds are coming back. I was thinking more recipes or new recipes. I think every time I've chatted with someone from Intrepid, I think there's very much interest from you guys for me to do Ash's recipes. I would like to do Ash's recipes, so I kind of want to drag those up and maybe make them over the winter.
Let's do it.
See if I can make that Tolnar stew, that slurp, a little bit more delicious.
Yeah.
Because apparently people made it and it was not the most delicious thing in the world. So I'll see what I can concoct.
I mean, I'm just saying, with the name, I didn't expect too much greatness. I expected it to be at least somewhat of a maybe not. Maybe not.
But I mean, hey, the Tolnar are eating it, so there's some substance to it.
I mean, but did they have much of a choice is the question.
That, my dear, is the point. But
It's just,
yeah,
that's all
I'm
they had
happy
sitting
to.
around.
I'm happy to pull those back up and do those over the winter.
Let's do it.
Not saying going corrupt in the event. I'm saying if you're already corrupt and you can run into the event and the debuff are removed, like being weakened by it gets removed. Yeah, I believe, is the corruption going to weaken you? I can't speak on that. I forget.
In that area, I don't think it is. At least they haven't talked about it that I can recall. If the corruption in that area actually does something to you while you're in it. I do know the corruption stuff is supposed to have an impact on the towns and whatnot if it grows into those areas, right?
Has anybody who's in our chat been on PTR in the new zones? Can you speak to if there's a debuff? Because we have not gotten that far in the PTR.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
But, yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm sorry, y'all. Vertec and I tried to cover this before we left for a couple of weeks.
We did. We wanted to so badly. Shuffled the
But
schedule around to do it.
Yes, development is a moving caravan.
Yes, just remember, development is a moving platform with many trains. It's confusing and awkward.
We're kind of having vacay time. It's a partial, like, being able to visit family for Turkey Day, and also we were invited to help man a booth at PAX Unplugged. So if anybody is going to PAX Unplugged, we will be there.
Or we'll be around the Philadelphia area, because I'm gonna definitely hit up a cheesesteak or 3 while I'm there.
Oh, I really want you to, what was that, Geno's?
Yeah, Pat's and Geno's.
Pat's
I don't care
and
what anybody
Geno's?
says. Geno's is probably one of the better actual cheesesteaks out there, but Pat's has a special place in my heart, so I always got to get a Pat's when I go there. Geno's is secondary.
Yeah, so gonna do that, but who knows? Bartek and I are. My brother his wife is from Philly. Nice. Yeah, I've only been through it once, maybe twice with Vertec. Both times only with Vertec. But yeah, I'm excited to go back and check it out. But unfortunately, like, I mean, maybe we'll bring some of the, like, the gimbal or like the tripod and maybe we'll do some stuff. Like, I know we have to catch up on the Mead Quest stuff. So like the stuff all the way over there, which thank you. Huge thanks to Jessel for the dono for that. Getting us another 50.
Much appreciated.
For those that don't know, getting us closer. For those that don't know, I am keeping track of who donates $50. If you donate $50, I'm going to make you a digital certification for being a keeper of the cask, aka for really helping contribute. Because typically, what would you say the typical cost of one batch of mead would be, Vertec?
Ooh, it depends on what's in it, to be honest. The cherry is the most expensive. That one is probably around $300 or so to get
the whole batch going.
About 5 gallons, yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, take that. That's a huge chunk towards that 300. So we want to do a thank you. And then anybody who does $100 towards it, I want to print out on parchment paper and do a wax seal in the middle with both of our signatures.
Yeah, and that's exclusive of any actual equipment costs and whatnot. That's literally just the honey and the cherries and the spices.
Yeah. What we're fundraising at the moment personally for is all of the equipment that we're replacing from the hurricanes. So that's where a lot of that is going at the moment. And then maybe getting one batch started for us. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, if we get the equipment replaced, that's the heaviest part, because we can do just a standard I mean, I say standard, but like something closer to a traditional mead.
Okay.
And it'll probably be closer to maybe 150-ish to 200 for a 5-gallon batch. So that one's a lot easier. It's just the honey's really expensive there. Yeah. Outside of that, the other really expensive thing is cinnamon. You'd be surprised how expensive cinnamon is to get in sticks.
Yeah, I had to remind myself to not use the cinnamon sticks.
Yeah, cinnamon sticks are expensive. Much more expensive than you would imagine, unless you actually go and look at them. You can get 10 times the weight in ground cinnamon for a quarter of the price, but you get cinnamon sticks.
I suppose I could peruse our new market that we like to go to.
Yeah.
See what they've got for deals. But that being said, I'm really excited to see what Intrepid adds in the future for taverns. I do want to try and see if we can recreate some of the foods, but the long-term goal with the meads are to make different Ashes of Creation inspired racial meads. And so, if you want to support the pre-alpha of a mead, pre-alpha testing for mead.
Yeah, getting alpha testing. Yep.
But all jokes aside, we're huge thank you for that. But honestly, that's kind of what we've been working on. And so because while we're going to be gone for a couple of weeks, I'm going to try and get 2 videos. One is Vertec talking about like all of the stuff that he likes to use for mead and why. And then the second one, I think, was you talking about your process of making mead and maybe doing a little bit of videos for that too. But we will be having, for subscribers, little sneaky peek area with like little updates and stuff for the meads. And then we'll make a bigger video that goes out on the Adventures YouTube as like a compilation. But
many videos, many perks for those who donates, for sure.
Yeah. I meant to bring this up earlier when you and Newbie were talking about leveling speed. But the other thing you had here is from Top History, talking about like the game feels like it should be faster. It feels way too slow.
Yeah. That honestly, when it comes to, because the main thing they were talking about is like slaying monsters just feels too slow. Like the combat feels too slow. And I've always kind of liked a slower combat. I mean, as long as the experience is balanced to a point where it feels like the leveling curve feels right compared to the content that you have available to do, so it's not just a pure grind. Like there's actual questing content and new areas to explore and grow into. As long as that feels good, then like who cares how long it takes you to kill things? I mean, if nothing else, like you get more of a chance to experiment with how you want to go about you know, single target versus AoE versus group play versus solo. And I don't know, I like combat to be a little bit more thoughtful and a lot less like knee-jerk reaction, and I can't even use all the skills that I like to use and have like full interactions done because the things die so quick. I shoot 2 skills at them and I snipe everything as I run past. That doesn't feel good to me. Like I want there to actually be an engagement with a battle, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And my face reaction for anybody who's watching was because I was reading the first comment from Bugsy on that thread. I shared it out to both chats, but they're saying, damn, that's actually selling it to me. I should finally try it before the developers start listening to people like OP and make the mobs like super easy without any real challenge. And I was like, oof, that was a spicy response.
It was. I like it though.
Gosh.
But yeah, that's honestly, that's always felt better to me. Like more tangible battles, like especially in the PvP, like it just, it's never felt good to me to walk onto a field and being like, oh, deleted. Oh, I got deleted. Where'd that even come from? I don't even know. That's never felt good to me. It's just like, I want to engage in the battle, you know?
Also making sure that the mobs aren't doing the same thing every single time. I think there's probably a good enough basic AI for the mobs at this point, but I don't think it's where we're looking for it to be at. And when I say we are looking for it, I'm including Intrepid on this. I think it's at a basic enough point with the AI from the mobs that you're at least having some sort of difficulty to it with how hard they hit. But they kind of do the same moves over and over. So after a while, you're like, oh, okay, I know what to expect. Like, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. But I suppose that also comes from, like, I'm thinking about this in terms of a DM. I suppose that also comes from fighting. If you fought like 20 goblins in a DM session, you would kind of get an idea of what moves they do.
Yeah, and Lamina, that's exactly it. Like Call of Duty combat. That's why I don't like to play first-person shooters very much, because most of them are just like, I poked my head around a corner. Oh, that was my mistake. I died immediately. I don't even know where that sniper came from.
Yeah.
Oh man, let me go ahead and wait 30 seconds to respawn somewhere, and then oh, I peeked my head around another corner and I got sniped. Imagine that. That happens to me so often, and it's so aggravating. Yeah.
And Bruja said, well, with the kill time, like the Reddit post said, it's heavier on gear too, which should be better to do to higher gear drops.
Yeah, higher drop
also
rates.
Also, crafting is always an option. I craft usually first once I hit level 5. But I think that that's the other thing for me that's important, is ensuring that that lower level artisan is entry enough that it feels good to make your own outfit at level 4. Because, I mean, let's be honest, if we go to Voyages of Nira again, you take some grass, you turn some of that grass into rope, and you use rope and normal grass to make an outfit. And it's the most basic thing ever, but you're covered and it's better than nothing.
Yeah, it's super basic, but you can make it within the first like handful of minutes, relatively anyway, of jumping in and getting started. Like it feels like a solid good progression. You can start outfitting yourself right away.
But then being able to go in and craft something bigger or like more stats on it, that takes a little bit more time. But at least you got the basic needs out of the way ahead of time. And the other thing I want to see is more magic items at the starting zone. I think if they haven't changed that yet, I'm going to check on the PTR. But for example, there's always daggers, but there's not any spell daggers. But I know spell daggers exist in the game. Why are there no spell daggers, for example, in that starting area? Before level, you had 2 epics and 3 heroics and rare and uncommon for like 4 items. Nice. You start with your magic stuff right away. Yeah, but they usually give me, as a cleric, a scepter and I think maybe a book or something. And I don't want that. I want spell daggers. Unless they're giving you all of it. That comment was very badly punctuated. Sorry. No worries. Me getting to me, no worries.
It's all right. It's all right.
But
I
just
understand
remember
me typing.
I just remember making a magic based class and looking for spell daggers or something because that's just what I wanted. You do start with whatever your class typically would have, but that's not what I'm referring to.
Oh yeah, and that's actually the other thing they did change, at least going into the PTR, is that when you start with your archetype, they actually have you equipped with both melee and ranged weapons. So you don't have to...
That's what I'm asking, is it all of it, or is it specific?
Yeah. Well, like for instance, the summoner, when they start out, they get a rusty scepter and a focus, but they also get a wand and a focus already equipped and ready to go.
Okay. Yeah, that's...
So it's a little bit of a smoother start than having to run around and look for hard to find weapons laying on the ground, you know?
Yeah.
It might be a good thing to point out. That might be with all the classes now. We don't know.
Thank you.
We went straight to Summoner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hispanic Valley Girl says you're not the only one that wants that type of dagger and have asked. Yeah. That's like, to me, that's important because as soon as I tested it, I really enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to, which probably isn't helping my case with Vertec thinking I'm going to go cleric rogue, but you know, a girl's got to have her spell daggers, okay?
Gotta have the right accessories.
I can find normal daggers. I can't find spell daggers, dang it. Let me have my spell daggers.
Yeah.
I don't mind the musty book. You can give me a musty book too. I'll probably swap between the two, but most of the time I end up with whatever daggers are there to hopefully level them up and maybe be able to use them for the spell daggers. But I don't know if that actually carries over, the physical dagger versus the spell dagger in terms of the weapon tree.
That's actually a good question. I don't even know.
I forget.
I think it would, because I'm pretty sure the spell and like the magic and physical swords are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure I tried that on my tank. I wanted to do a magical sword just to see what it would do for damage, and I think I still had the same skill tree for it.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. But it should. Okay, cool. Yeah. Fingers crossed that it does. Welcome in, by the way. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm excited to see them continue to improve on this stuff. And if they do give you the spell daggers, again, it's important to me because I'm pretty sure Summoner is a magic user.
Yeah.
So if they didn't give Summoner daggers, that's telling me they're probably not going to give the Cleric daggers either. But you did start with the basic stuff already. Like, I definitely remember having the two-handed mace and, like, the scepter, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to end up being, like, it's kind of like an off and interesting weapon. Like, say the magic two-handed sword. They don't start anybody off with that either.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't get, like, a physical damage staff as a fighter or a tank.
Yeah.
But some people might appreciate that, or like a physical damage wand or book for that matter, for the ranged flash damage.
Yeah, and for those of you that are maybe tuning in who haven't tested at all in Alpha 2 or the PTR, I highly suggest, if this is your first time making a character, pick up everything that fits your character in terms of like magic or physical. Pick up everything. Play with everything. It's there. It's free to use. Mm-hmm. Give it a try. See what weapons you vibe with. See weapons you don't vibe with. I don't vibe with the two-handed stuff very much, unless it's a book.
Like stat stick.
But I don't mind using it as stat sticks. I primarily do ranged. I'm not really a melee, so whatever is in my melee slot, I tend to not really care. I look more so for either magic power or speed for myself, and I know that the daggers have both of those for the spell daggers. But again, you don't know this until you play around with the different weapons, and with them lying around available for you to pick up, with the exception of the two that we just mentioned, at least last of my knowledge. You don't have access to those to try them out, but it will save you time and effort later for crafting random items and trying to figure it out later.
Yeah. But yeah, so for those that haven't tried the wide variety of weapons that do exist, it looked really, really weird to me, being a tank with a book. But believe it or not, a book with physical damage is pretty dang good for pulling from a distance and doing splash damage.
Oh yeah, that's on that same note. If you're DPS or a cleric, be careful with the book.
Yes.
So
definitely be careful.
Yeah.
Because that'll pull so many things.
Nice for mob grinding too, says Bruja. But you're gonna say something, Oracle?
Yep, noticing a lot of bugs.
Oh, keep turning in those reports. Let them be known.
Tagging around you, yeah, exactly. There's been so many times where I've been trying to like pull one thing and it accidentally splashed damage because it procced, and then pulled a second thing, and I'm like, no, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
Not that. Not again.
Yeah. But that's also why I try not to. I just tend to focus, especially in the lower levels. I've noticed before people get their armor, I have to focus more on pure healing. Because if I don't focus on pure healing, we're likely to die. But once we get to higher levels, at least once people have good armor for whatever content we're doing, I can then also help with doing some of the damage. And that's kind of my favorite thing, is doing a little bit of both, helping with the damage and also helping with healing. And that's what I used to do as Holy Priest. I like doing both, but it definitely is one of those, I feel like as a cleric, without the armor, whatever things, initially, I definitely have to focus more on just healing for the parties.
Well, like, I noticed something with Judgment, where I can't remember what stat it was, but if a certain stat was applied to the mob you're hitting with, it would heal your group as well.
Say again, sorry.
Like, there was a certain stat that if it was already applied to the mob you're using Judgment on, Judgment would also heal your teammates.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't recall unless it's a newer thing. I also know there's like some of the stats on some of the armor were doing some interesting, unique things as well. But yeah, and I mean, that's one of those things is one complaint I have, just not trying to be a negative Nancy, just one complaint I have as a cleric is when you're out of a certain range for a mob, if you don't realize that you're out of that range, you accidentally use something like Judgment or whatever big thing on yourself rather than doing the damaging thing on them. And I wish there was a little bit better of an indicator, either on like the aura of the ability or what have you, that helped indicate more if it's going to do harm or heal.
Or do something like the Bard skill has with the
flopped image.
Yeah.
Or like the chow or the tomato.
Yeah. or like the free point where you can separate them out into two separate skills. That way you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you can like put a modifier to, if I want to attack and do damage, it's going to be with this modifier key.
Yeah. Lamina says they need a shadow mark indication where something will land. Honestly, what I want to do at some point is grab a bunch of feedback from you guys and just say, like, here's some different feedback from our community, just in case. I think that'd be kind of a fun thing to do. Maybe like once per quarter.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
or once per month or something.
I'm still hoping for different colored markings for enemy like heal and buff zones. Because like the I forget what they call it, the little AoE spot you can place on the ground and it'll hurt enemies but heal your teammates. The heck was that one? It's been so long since I've touched cleric. But
Sorry,
yeah,
what are you looking for?
the AoE zone that you can cast out and drop it anywhere you want to. But
Divine Flare?
Yeah. That one. That one I've been wanting for so long for that to be red if it's an enemies in PvP. Just because running around and I see 2 green zones, I know one of them is for my team.
Okay. I see. So like in a war situation or in a PvP situation, there's changes, because that's the thing. If you are spec'd into that, here's the problem. If you're spec'd into it as a cleric, you can cause a stun, I believe, especially if somebody's already got another debuff on them. And if you can't tell if that's your team or the other team, you don't know if you should stay in it or get out of it. So I've had people like dodge out of my healing, and also like forget to leave my healing because I put it very closely to where their team put the healing flare. So yeah, it's very interesting situations. But I'm sure a lot of that is like beta, fine tuning things, changing colors of stuff, etc. But these are just like some nice to haves, just chit chats. And I'm bringing that up because sometimes people will comment on our video like, I don't think they should be focusing on that. I'm like, no, absolutely, I agree. They probably shouldn't be focusing on this. We're just making conversation.
Yeah.
This is a conversational podcast.
It is.
So, but yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else new because unfortunately, I think like a lot of the rest of us, a lot of the conversations are talking about if people should be in testing or if they should get it or if they decided to stop testing for whatever reason, etc. And I think a lot of us are just waiting for this super delayed October/November at this point update. Very curious to see what big things they have. I know that they're going to be answering some major questions from the community from what they last said. So very curious to see what's cooking, as they say. Let them cook. I'm looking to be a wartime bard eventually, so indicators on whose skill is what seems important. Yes, absolutely. And just imagine like having your raid lead or your PvP lead, whatever you call it, war lead, being like, get out of this, do this is the enemy's thing, move over here, just this way, etc. So, but yeah, my last question to everybody: what is one thing you are most hopeful for with this next live stream?
I'm gonna have to think about that because there's quite a few things that I'm hopeful for, but most hopeful for.
Yeah.
I would probably have to personally say,
Okay. Lamina says looking for an answer about economics.
Yeah, I think I might need to go and kind of say the same thing, that because the principal econ designer job was removed from their careers page.
Yes.
So I think the biggest hope is that they had the person on for longer than people noticed that job posting was off the website, and that they've already kind of dialed in on some major improvements and
got them like onboarded and up to speed, etc.
Yeah, and some of the changes that they're doing internal testing on and whatnot is they're really excited about it, and they've already got this and that and the other, and hopefully maybe that's one of the reasons why things were delayed, like the live stream was delayed.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest hope, because everything else, I mean, everything for Harbingers is going to be new. So anything they show off or introduce or anything like that is all going to be kind of new information for the most part, right?
Yeah.
So I could just say that I hope it's really good.
Yeah.
the summoner stuff, I mean, we're already kind of fiddling with that, and it already seems a really good, solid first drop in,
Yeah. I want to say real quick before I read some of the other answers we've gotten in chat. I know that the econ principal design position was a big point of contention within the community. Not like, oh my gosh, what are they doing? But more of a, if they continue to develop without this person being filled, you know, how much are they going to have to constantly redo? How much is that going to set them back if they don't get it filled soon, etc. So hopefully this helps with a lot of those concerns. I hope it helps to alleviate it. We've got Bruja asking for econ needs to be chatted about. There's Veil Miss Warden asking for dynamic gridding being brought to live servers, which it's on PTR, so I'm sure it'll come to live servers. On that same node, Camp K over on YouTube says, I really hope dynamic gridding shows significant benefits so that their development focus can shift away from it. So that would be nice. And then Magista, welcome in, says, I think the delay was because new employees are a merger with another studio to get more hands on deck. It has to be a big announcement, in my opinion. Those are some pretty big options. Yeah, right. Exactly. Amazon did recently have layoffs. We were trying to get Nice on to chat with us, but amid the adjustments from Intrepid, we needed to shift around things and did not get a chance to get Nice on. But if you guys want to know, if you see Nice streaming, go ask Nice. He played New World. See his thoughts on the whole New World situation. For those that are unfamiliar with what we're discussing, Amazon Game Studio decided to stop continuing working on New World. New World's going to continue to be up for a few more months for people to play on, but they've officially closed that down. People are looking for other jobs. It's a big unfortunate situation, especially because they just dropped a huge DLC. But it is what it is. This is the environment we're in with gaming studios.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things people haven't mentioned, though, they're no longer making any games at all, but they will continue publishing them.
Yeah. Which, I mean, there's been no indication from Intrepid to have anybody else publish Intrepid.
You know what's funny though? Random little side piece of hilarity. I haven't dug this up myself, but I saw someone talking about it. And it cracked me up if it's true. But apparently, right around the time that they announced the closing of this and the closing of that, and we're getting out of creation of games, we're just gonna publish. But around that same time, they started advertising a new game that they're putting out. Was a Snoop Dogg courtroom battles or something like that. Yeah. So it was like, so. So New World fans are depressed seeing what Amazon is doing with their gaming instead of continuing with New World.
Oh man, that's
yeah.
I mean, that would be like Ashes choosing to not do Ashes anymore, and then it's just some like random thing. Oh no, Dusty!
Oh, Dusty!
Thanks for the raid.
Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, raiders. Hope you had a fantastic stream, had a good time. What did you guys get into? I saw you were kind of reviewing some Alpha 2, I guess prod server or live server gameplay. Okay, you're looking at some PvP stuffs. How'd that go? Did you discover any new tactics in that time? Call out anybody for making embarrassing mistakes?
Hello, Psy Hunter, welcome in. And Phoenix, welcome in. But Magisto said, can you imagine during the live stream we just see, I'm back, and it's Bacon.
Oh no, oh lordy. Oh man, if Bacon came back, that'd be a riot.
I had a feeling Havoc. I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, he typically rolls some old gameplay videos while he does PTR stuff. We just like to roll the intro video that you get when you log into Ashes while we do PTR stuff.
Yeah.
Nice. He was checking out the new HP scaling when PTR sitting at 20k plus. Nice. Testing the playing with the gear. Nice. As a tank. Cool. Yeah, we were doing some PTR testing yesterday, but this is our Tavern talk, so we try to be present with our guests or with you guys. Chat. You guys are all of us here. So Yeah. That timing.
20k hit points as a tank. Oh my gosh, that
That's
sounds
crazy.
glorious.
How much does the cleric get? How much healing do I get to do? That's my favorite thing. Just run up to somebody when I get a new weapon and just randomly heal them. But like, pachoo. Did you try grapple Vertec? I don't think Vertec tried tank on PTR.
Yeah, no. I haven't tried it on PTR yet.
Welcome in.
It's working again on mobs. Yay! Does it work in PvP?
Working again on
'Cause that's the
mobs.
biggest
Depends on
pain
your
in the neck.
build. 14k on fighter before buffs. Nice. Got 12k as a cleric, but I wasn't min-maxing. That's very fair.
Okay.
Sorry, Cap.
Okay.
Hello, SG. Welcome in. Wasn't really hitting hard enough though. I mean, fighter and cleric aren't really like that big of heavy hitters in my opinion. Well, when I tried, fair. So yeah, I was working PvP when he tried, but
Sweet.
yeah.
'Cause that's the biggest thing. If I use my grapple, I like it to actually grapple something and not just look like I'm throwing stones at somebody's face.
I think Oracle said that somebody named their character Fix Grapple.
Yeah, it was like fix grapple please or something like that.
That's funny. And welcome in, Snowvind TV. Thank you for the follow. Welcome into the tavern. Well, we were starting to wrap up actually because we've been going for 2 hours at this point. But we were asking everybody, if you guys want to give us an answer yourselves, we were asking everybody what they're most hoping for from the live stream announcement on the 14th here this week.
Considering the delays to it and just the stuff that's going to be coming out soon and the fact that there's
close
like the
proximity
PTR
to
thing
the
going.
holidays.
Yeah, like what are you hoping is going to be absolutely talked about, displayed, or announced? I think so far we've got a lot of people saying econ fixes and
Yes.
Dynamic gridding. I think those are the two biggest things. Yeah, and hoping bacon comes back. Bacon was
and
right.
also daily extended nap times. That sounds great.
Oh, see,
I know others are hoping for freeholds back in for the surprise. Ooh, that's a pretty good one.
That's a really big one for us actually. That'd be great.
Yeah, I know somebody in our Discord was hoping for taverns to be added in with that surprise, but I think they need to get freeholds fixing first.
Yeah,
All I want for
get
Christmas is
freeholds
a
doing
dose of
normal
bacon.
freehold stuff and then work on the bonuses.
Hunting rework. Ooh, that's a good one, Havoc. I like that one. That would be nice.
That'd be a hell of a nice bonus.
I feel so bad forgetting his name. The guy who went to work on VR games.
Oh, Bard.
Bard, yeah. Jeffrey
Like,
Bard.
Jeffrey Bard.
I would hope it would be him as well.
Yeah. Otherwise, I could see the other settlement housing. Ooh, yeah, like the in-note apartments being added. I feel like, I don't know. I wish we had that, but I feel like they need the dynamic gridding to be in a good spot first, and also help with the, what do you call that? Instancing. There we go.
Yeah,
So.
I think in like realistic wishes, I think the dynamic gridding and the economy stuff are like the two biggest ticket items.
Yeah.
For like as an actual like seriously polled, if we were to do a poll across the entire community and everybody were to answer, those would probably be the number 1 and 2 guaranteed. Now, which one is number 1 and which is number 2? That one's up for debate, but
yeah. But
there's so
definitely
much resting on both of those systems.
get people to stick with the settlement. Auto DG is currently live in PTR. Yeah, dynamic gridding today, so my fingers are crossed. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm hoping that the vassalization does not break the other nodes. Oh, new hairs. Yeah. Yeah, he got new hairs.
Hey.
Yeah.
How you doing, Stomps?
Is this sexy me?
Hi. Winky face.
That's
Oh,
funny.
that actually
Winky
looked almost like a
face.
painful face, didn't it?
I don't know.
My brain tried to wink both at the same time. I had to fight it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
well,
I
thank
really
you.
like the fade that they did. Actually, if you want to like take off your big clunky thing and then show them the fade on the
The
side,
clunky
it looks
thing?
pretty nice. Yeah, thank you. I got it done at EDC this last weekend, so This is all braided hair, and it's coming out tonight. I wish I could keep it, but yeah. Thank you, Psy Hunter.
Why, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good old time, and then we found out that they were doing free hair stuff. So I was like, all right, time to sit down, listen to some good music, and get the hairs clipped.
They want us to go to TwitchCon next year with
oh man,
Dusty and Sergeant Stomps.
Oh no, I don't know about TwitchCon. I think we're gonna be trying to catch GDC. Or GDX, sorry, not GDC. GDX here in Orlando. GDC, EDC.
Yeah.
Yeah, TwitchCon to me, I don't know. TwitchCon's never really stood out as one I've always wanted to go to, or like really had a huge desire to go to. It just doesn't seem like there's as much there that would capture my attention.
Yeah. It's our group. Okay, okay. Not so much the con. Okay, so he likes the group, not like the con.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's all about the people, right? That's why we still play MMOs when they're boring. Because the people are keeping it interesting.
I mean...
Oh, thank you, Osman. Welcome in.
It's like we went to, PAX, and one of the biggest things there was just gathering all, so many people from Nexus. We had, what, 10, 11 people from Nexus there? Something like that?
That was really fun. Yeah, and we got to, not to make people jealous or anything, but we let them try our last batch of mead that we had.
Yes,
from previous.
We had 2 bottles left of mead from the one of the first batches that we made. We were holding on to it for a while to see how it aged. It was 3 years old, I think. Yeah, it was about 3 years old.
Yeah, that was like the ones we were holding on for keepsakes, and we were like, what would be better would be to drink that with our guild that we've been spending so much time with, and let them try it. So,
well, hey, Sergeant, I'm just saying, do you see this big purple bottle here? That's getting us back to recovering. Yeah, it's getting us to recover some materials and equipment that got lost in the flood from when we were living in Tampa. So when we start hitting those goals, we're gonna start kicking off the mead production again. Oh
no, like the hill is cutting off the bottle.
Yeah,
there you go.
Was. Yeah, I had to scoot it away real quick. The hill just stomped right on top of it.
We haven't made mead for the last year, so that was our previous time making mead. So this is in hopes to make mead again soon, TM. Hopefully in 2026. That'd be really awesome. This gets us about halfway to our overall goal, but a huge chunk of the way into getting some major stuff we need for mead making. So pretty excited about that.
So that's a thing. That's a thing. So yeah, feel free to donate to that if you want to help scoot it forward in the timeline, because we're tossing money in there as well as quickly as we can, but it's not terribly fast.
I wish I was wish I was close as a bartender. I would love to help make it if I was in the state. Yeah, fair.
Well, one thing we're going to be doing is probably doing like a Patreon or something with a monthly sub option.
Alcohols, give it to you.
And that'll include a whole lot of walkthroughs and recipes and videos of showing how it's done, so you can totally follow along at home. Make a little small batch yourself too.
Ooh, that's not fun.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, second time tonight.
Fun. That's no fun at all.
All good, I'm chilling, no worries. All right. Well, stay safe, friend. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Not my place to judge. Not gonna have judgment here. But yeah, that's the important part. You didn't die. Nobody else died.
Yeah, there you go.
And now you can fix it. Yes. Those are the important parts.
Nothing hurt except the wallet. That's a
and the
maybe
pride.
Not a big win, but I mean that's a good thing.
And the pride. Also hate driving.
Yeah, the pride too. Of course.
I kind of hate driving too, so.
Ooh, lordy. That's
what?
Oof.
100. Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
That's a chunk.
Okay.
But one other thing I wanted to mention, because we technically still have our charity stream going. I think we're at 800 out of the 3K. We wanted to keep it going until December. which we are getting much closer to. The days are just flying by, I'm telling you.
Let me see.
But if we get the full 3K, I think it was 3K.
Yeah,
Or was it
806.
3,500?
I just popped it up on the screen there.
Oh, yeah, I see it. So if we get to the full 3,500, then we can go and make a little gaming cart for kids stuck in the hospital. If not, I believe we can save where we are this year and pick this up again next time from where we left off. So that's really, really cool. But if you like the pink in my hair, one of the major donator things was that I was going to bleach and dye my hair and keep it pink for as long as I possibly could, not just like a week or a month, just trying to keep it going as long as I can. And then Vertec, I think, had it so he would shave his whole head bald. Yeah.
Large enough donation, and it was gonna be a bald-headed Vertec.
But I did. Zombie asked if somebody were to do 2 1K, like one for Vertec, one for me, if I would do multiple colors, and I said I would definitely consider that. So,
well, Stomps, you know what you could do though?
You
could do temporary tattoos on your skull though.
Ooh, turn yourself into a Renkai. There you go. There you go.
Or do like a henna tattoo on your head. That's what you could do.
Temporary. Yeah, temporary. You say.
I mean, if you ever wanted to do something permanent for, you know, a donation to someone's channel, by all means, I will put that as a reward for somebody. I will say you donate $250, Sergeant Stomps will absolutely get a tattoo.
R2D2 after I retire, nice. That's funny.
You're gonna do like the top round skull plate for R2D2 just on your head. Nice. R2D2 dome. That's amazing, actually. That'd be hilarious.
I wanted to also shout out, like, while we're talking about like charity stuff. So Chaos and Lace are also doing a charity stream, and they asked if we could pretty please shout them out. And they're doing one for Extra Life, I believe. I'm going back to the message, but here's their link. Feel free to share it around.
I think you said they got what, up to 1,000 now?
Yeah, I actually just clicked on that. They're at 1,500.
Oh my goodness.
C3PO, nice. They're almost to 1,600, and their goal is to get 10K. So that's pretty cool.
So yeah, show some love. Lots of different places you could absolutely donate to.
We do, Sergeant. So actually, one adjustment that Vertec and I did, because obviously Ashes of Creation is an indie game. In fact, it is the biggest indie MMORPG. But one thing that we have been adjusting to is having Mead Quest being a lot of other indie games that Vertec really likes. And then I do Cozy Quest, which is like the cozier indie games, or maybe some fun, chaotic Tavern themed type of things, or in themed type of things. And I just got a key for one that I would like to try out. So yeah, Tales of the Shire. I wish that's not technically an indie, but it is definitely cozy.
Yeah.
But you've been enjoying Fellowship a lot. One thing is, I don't know, if
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you.
Nope. Go for it.
How have you been enjoying the because Fellowship's doing, what is it, the procedural dungeons, right? So you can just jump in and either solo it or run it with a group, and it's all procedurally generated based on who enters. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I was saying I didn't know much about Fellowship, so I was looking it up. It does look like it's a single pay, because I'm not. One thing I want to do is try and stay away from like the monthly cost games. But yeah, this one is is early access. It's $25. Otherwise, it's $60 for the Porter Fellowship edition.
Which one was it I was thinking of? Because somebody was telling me about a WoW type clone type game, but it was procedurally generated dungeons.
Well, it says that Fellowship is a multiplayer online dungeon adventure set in an exciting fantasy setting with endlessly scaling dungeon runs.
Okay, yeah.
But it doesn't say the maximum number of people, so it looks like it's just all in all online co-op. And for families out there, there's family sharing enabled on this. So yeah, it might be something we can totally look into. I think it's 25 right now. So it's Mythic plus keys, 4-man groups right now. 2 DPS, 1 tank, 1 healer. Okay. I was looking for like the co-op amount because it's typically up to 4 people. And that's a little bit on the side, especially when you have like a community and you can play with everybody.
So it's got like the community hubs, but instanced dungeon runs and whatnot. Is it open world outside of that, or are the hubs kind of the only real place you're gonna bump into people?
Also, I'm curious if it's like server based. Like, do you make your own server? Do you join the server? This requires some looking into.
Got it.
No farming, no crafting. Hubs are not really social.
Okay, so let's jump in, get some quick gaming done, and dip back out.
More of a staging point. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, if it's endlessly scaling, though, that means you could go into a single dungeon and be in there for 5 hours, right?
Just straight WoW dungeons, basically. That's what it sounds like. You can play very casually. No. Interesting. Dungeon runs are average 12 minutes. Ooh.
Okay. I wonder, because that was on, you said that was on their Steam page that said endlessly scaling?
Yep. And that's the top tagline.
I wonder what they mean by that. Yeah.
Anybody curious? There you
go. 30
so
minutes
like it scales in difficulty. Progress. Because you remember heroic dungeons, right? Those scale in difficulty.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, so it's difficulty, not size and length. Got it. I see. So you just keep going in, getting stronger.
Yeah.
The gear grind never stops.
For those that have never played World of Warcraft, Mythic keys are you start off with level 1 and you just keep running it over and over and over until it like keeps building up the difficulty, and then you just get to a point where you can't finish it.
Yeah. You just hit a certain point where you go, yep, we're not doing that again.
They reset gear every season as of right now. 40 heroes are planned. Okay. Bella Ray, thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
Yeah. Thank you. Welcome to the Tavern.
Oh, I think the music stopped, by the way.
Oh, it's still going for me.
Okay. Well, then I guess I got kicked out of the super cool people party.
No. You click the little linky thing again.
It's okay. I think we're getting close to the end here. First reset will be January as of right now. Okay. Well, maybe in January we can hop in with a reset. What do you think?
Yeah, that could be pretty cool.
You're trying PTR? How did you like it, Belray? Welcome in, by the way. 1/3 tank and 3rd healer probably get introduced. Good so far? Yeah, that's awesome.
Is that your first time jumping in? Or you're just saying you're just jumping into PTR to try what they've done thus far? First time playing and jumping into this one? Oh, okay, cool. Because they made a lot of nifty adjustments for this PTR too, and they added the new archetype, and yeah. It's a good time to start jumping in.
Oh man, I started 2 days before live went down. That's fair, but hey, at least you get to test all the cool things coming to live.
Yeah, it's a good time to jump in. It was probably pretty perfect timing. Get your introductory run through the live server, and then jump into the PTR to see the new stuff, and then they're going to introduce all this stuff to the live server in like a couple weeks.
Yeah. It's one of those games I like to play until, unless you're pushing end game, like low tier, you guys could play in chat. Yeah, it sounds really fun. I'm just thinking of the limited, because we're about to be gone for about 2 weeks. We'll come back around the 30th. And then from there, we have only 2 weeks of being live before we take a break for the holidays. It's not like we're going away for the holidays. We're just going to be offline and working on the Tavern during that offline time.
We always do the holiday break starting right around Christmas-ish and coming back in January. Yeah. So we can do a refresh of the channel, do a refresh. Typically we do something with OBS or visuals or something. So we'll see what happens.
So if they're gonna do a refresh on that game in January, that's a pretty good time to pop in and play around with it. Maybe.
Yeah. And hey, you have a great night there, Bella Ray.
Fun.
Thanks for stopping
yeah,
by.
we're actually heading out too. So thank you for
one
joining
Dusty.
Yeah, but he rated us first.
Yeah.
But yeah. Ooh, let me go look on Twitch, see who's left.
So what I'm seeing right now, well, let me actually see if anybody else is actually in the Ashes channel. That's the big.
Nope,
one.
it's just us.
Or the Ashes category, rather.
It's literally just us. I'm looking right now.
All right, fair.
We've got.
Oh, you go ahead.
Turgo playing World of Warcraft.
Okay.
We've got Wicca playing Monsters and Memories. We haven't rated a Wicca in a long time, I feel like.
I actually just rated him last night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I was asleep, so obviously I
you
didn't know.
You were out. You were out.
I was so out. I was so tired after cooking. Good night, Lamina.
Hey, have a good night. You as well. We got Turgo on WoW. We got Liz on Dead by Daylight. We got
let's rate
Wick
a
on
Liz.
Monsters Mayhem.
Liz is my
Liz?
real life friend. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just saying, yeah. We can totally do that.
Okay, because I'm like you were saying so Liz and then like da. But have a good night. Thank you, Bruja. Yeah, sorry. This part is always a struggle because when there's obviously right now Ashes doesn't have a whole lot of cool and interesting stuff happening with it, so people are less likely to be streaming versus like when Phase 2 dropped. Yeah. Sometimes it's a little struggle to find someone to read over to. You as well, Sergeant. Thanks for letting us know about Fellowship. I have it on the wish list. I will be following it at this point.
You have a great one there, Sergeant. Rest well when you get there. And so yeah, I guess at this point, Oracle, do you have any last words before we run away?
Wow, rude. Asking him if he has any last words.
Do you have any last words?
Have fun. Enjoy your time. And please hop into the PTR. We need the help.
Yes. And just as a reminder, we'll be back around the 29th or the 30th of November. So we'll be gone for a couple of weeks for both Turkey Day with family, who we don't get to see too often because they live really far away from us, as well as helping out some people with PAX Unplugged and running their stuff. So if you're swinging on by PAX Unplugged, make sure you come say hi. Yeah. Aside of that, I will keep an eye on our socials. I'll be doing an announcement if we get everybody to agree to push back the summit to December 6th, just to give everybody another week to test stuff out.
Yeah, so it's going to be an artisan summit, so hopefully there'll be some changes to the artisan stuff that they can, have some interesting chats about.
Fingers crossed, indeed. But yeah, that's my last words.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and start this raid thing as I do my little closeout. Boom. All right. Thank you, everybody. As always, we really feel like we need to let you know and remind you that time is your most valuable asset, right? Never forget that. Yes. You earn it once, you spend it once. Once it's gone, you never get it back. You decided to spend it here. So we really, really hope that we gave you value for that payment.
Yeah, thank you for stopping in.
Yeah, so please, everybody, take care. And we hope to see you again. And, if you didn't enjoy your time, sorry, we don't offer refunds. Wouldn't if we could.
No, but we do offer receipts. So we can get you one of those.
All right, everybody. Take care. Catch you around next time. Bye.
See ya.